LSU fired top assistant Joe Sloan not 24 hours after firing Brian Kelly, which has led to Alex Atkins being left in charge of an LSU team that still has quite a bit to play for and can get way worse. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Are you more concerned that Scott Woodward went ahead and did what he wanted to do in the first place, which was fire Joe Sloan, didn't want to necessarily fire Brian Kelly, but kind of got pushed to that ledge by BK himself, and now everybody is going to lose their job? And former run game coordinator at Florida State, Alex Atkins, is now the interim head coach. He's at Charlotte for a little bit, got bounced after the 2024 season, even though they were really good in the 2023 season. Clean house, Mike Norvell did at Florida State. And my goodness, dude, I just really am having a difficult time understanding what it is that LSU expects to get from this, because I think Garrett Nussmeier is good. I think Nick Anderson could have been good. I think Aaron Anderson is good. I think the defense had something to go with there. I also kind of think that Whit Weeks coming back might have helped them tremendously. I think that Whit Weeks being the Weeks brothers, really being something like the Bash brothers for LSU, is also important. I'm thinking about Caden Durham, and I'm thinking what kind of a player that dude can be. And now I'm not concerned about what the coaching staff is going to be, or even who the next coach is going to be at LSU 2026. I mean, we did that segment, and you can check that out on Adapt and Respond anytime you want. But like, do you realize that the portal is open now for all the talent at LSU, and retaining it is going to be really, really difficult, because the chaos is about to just start going. They got a 5-star who is every bit of 6'4" in DJ Pickett, who you would want to kind of hold on to. You got guys like Ashton Stamp. You got guys like Jalen Lee. You got all sorts of dudes that I just think are outstanding. And would you be able to talk Harold Perkins into doing anything at all? I tend to think that when I look at this team, I mean, he said he intends to sit out the rest of the season, but no, excuse me. There was a fake Twitter tweet that says he's trying to sit out the rest of the season and then hit the portal. But I mean, it's a hoax, and I get it. But Harold Perkins is one of the best linebacking prospects in college football. You really just want it. You want it to happen. You want it to be for them. You want it to be. You want these players to succeed. I want these players to succeed. I like Garrett Nussmeier. He did the show years ago when he was recruiting. I had so much fun talking to him. You can find that on the channel. But as I'm looking at this thing and I'm asking this question about firing Joe Sloan, who's been your quarterback's coach since 2022, who helped you groom what was going to be next. I know that Mike Denbrock gets a lot of credit for what Jaden Daniels was doing, and he should. But the hire was also really great. And we know that Brian Kelly has been a scary judge of coordinating talent. If you just look at his defensive coordinator coaching tree, all those guys are head coaches. All those guys are at programs that are good. And all those guys are absolutely outstanding competitors. The more I look at it, the more I say, bang, 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 Novocaine, because it's can you keep these players here, man? I just don't see that. I get firing people in the middle of the season now is more about trying to retain the talent than it is about moving on to the next guy. Because, as you probably got wise to, the worst thing that Nick Saban ever did to the University of Alabama was retire before the season ended, giving Caleb Downs and Julian Sand really no option but to go see what's next, as they're trying to go get a guy in Kalen DeBoer that they're not really sure about, who didn't recruit them. They wanted to play for Saban. And if you didn't want to play for Saban, maybe Kalen DeBoer is not next on your list, right? That's just what it is. They were able to keep guys like Ryan Williams, right? And they brought in some really great players. We'll get to see if some of them emerge that were coming over from Washington as recruits. But Jeremy Bernard has been outstanding. You keep going down the line on that. they've been really good about picking out their quarterbacks and wide receivers, and Ty Simpson wanting to stay and be the guy also helped them, even when Jalen Milroe was the starter last year. I don't know that you're going to get that kind of loyalty from LSU players. And if you got players that haven't been playing a bunch, who already didn't like LSU or being there, this is the time to go. This is the time to leave. I'm not concerned about Joe Sloan. I'm not concerned about Alex Atkins. I'm concerned about Caden Durham. I'm concerned about Harold Perkins. I'm concerned about the Weeks boys. I'm concerned about DJ Pickett. Like, again, it's LSU. It's, I think, the second best job in all of America, Ohio State being number one. Kirby Smart got up there earlier today and said, hey, I was told, look, you don't win there, you're not going to last long. Well, that's true everywhere that has had national championship success, save Clemson. And that's because Clemson's only had national championship success with Dabo Swinney and Danny Ford. But if you're an engine like LSU, where the head coach can really be almost any kind of a personality, like Ohio State, you can get most of this stuff done. Like Michigan takes a particular kind of person to coach that team because they have an identity you have to adhere to, which is run the football. Kirby Smart being great at Georgia, another example of that Dabo Swinney part. But Mark Richt was able to hold on to that job forever. Now it's a different era, and I get all of that. But I don't think that that's as concerning as how do you get the talent in? Because I was talking to my best friend Ron about this. And for those of y'all that don't know, his dad was a longtime linebackers coach in college football. I'll leave it there. But we're saying, like, what is the job now? It's being a CEO. It's being able to retain talent. It's being able to say, it's hey, each and every year, roster turnover is going to be a thing. Can you go into the portal? Can you go into high school and get what you need to compete right away? Everybody's going to be looking for Curt Cignetti because Curt Cignetti is doing really great things at Indiana, which was not any good, right? The way that we're talking about, the way that we were talking about Deion Sanders is the way we're talking about Curt Cignetti, and Curt Cignetti's had even more success. Has he had a Heisman Trophy winner? No. Has he won a championship? No. But he might. And before y'all want to get on that particular train, winning championship is a big deal, right? And I know that Deion Sanders ain't done it at the Power 4 level, but having something to show like the college football playoff, I think cancels all that out, because that's the thing that Sanders is absolutely chasing. And Cignetti got there in year one, which has turned up the heat on literally everybody else. It's really difficult now to move around with Curt Cignetti doing these things for the Hoosiers. That's why they're paying him $11.6 million on average to stay there. So lots more to sort out here, man. But goodness me, LSU's about to get worse in the short term.